Welcome back to the 21 Day Sugar Detox. Today is day 12. All right, guys, today I want to talk about accidentally going low carb. This is one of the biggest pitfalls I've seen since 2010 when I originally created this program. Lots of folks are just not sure what's going on, building their plate with some chicken and broccoli and spaghetti squash and not realizing that it's a lot less carbohydrate than you're used to eating. And for some people, that's totally fine. And for others, your energy is going to tank eating that way. So check out this clip about accidentally going low carb.
So this is one of the things primarily for the active athletic crowd. You end up putting your plate together and you eat some salad and some steak, some good dressing. You're making sure you're getting enough fat because that's kind of the first thing that people realize. They were avoiding fat. But people forget about all of the sources of carbs that we can be eating and that we should be eating if we are active. This doesn't mean just kind of walking around. It doesn't mean light housework or even gardening. Things of that nature, activities like that tend to really just burn fat. And that's great, right? We want to be burning fat. But the minute you go into glycogen demanding activities, so those things that are high intensity, even if it's for a very short duration, just getting up to that really high heart rate, for example, or when you put your body into fight or flight mode for those brief stints, right? So when we're very stressed, when cortisol levels are high, our body wants to burn more sugar. And that's okay. That's a natural response. But if it doesn't have any sugar to burn, if you're not eating enough carbohydrate, it's going to be very painful. You'll be getting headaches. You'll be weak in the gym. You may just be very fatigued. It'll feel like, this isn't working. Why isn't this working? I'm supposed to feel great and I feel like junk. But chances are, if you look at how many carbs you were eating before, if you think you felt okay with that amount, look at how you can get that from real food sources. So things like plantains, yams, sweet potato, parsnips, butternut squash, cassava, and taro are really, really dense in carbs. You can probably find them at most grocery stores. Just ask. You don't just have to eat sweet potato. And we've got things like spaghetti squash is not really that dense in carbs per 100 grams. It's only 6 grams of carbs. So if you're doing spaghetti squash post-workout, you're really not doing it. It's really not enough carbohydrate. So some other folks that are going low carb by accident and really do need more carbohydrates, a lot of pregnant or even breastfeeding women, they're, saying their milk supply might be down or their energy is down. Again, we don't need you to be on a low carb diet. Anyone who's very, very mentally stressed, what I said before about cortisol, when we are in that stress mode, we really are burning more sugar. So again, anybody who's very stressed, and this kind of comes back to, I think we've seen some information swirling around about people who may have thyroid issues, wondering if low carb may not be the best way for them to go. And really the issue with your thyroid is that if your body is stressed, the thyroid is really under a lot of pressure. And so again, it all really does come back to that whole stress thing. It just really means if you're eating more carbs because that feels good for you, look at the balance of what else you're doing. Sometimes you need to just rebalance what's happening on your plate.
I want to encourage you not to quit the program if your energy is feeling a little bit low. Just remember that you need to restructure what's on your plate, rebalance what's going on there, add some of those good carbohydrates. I promise you'll be feeling so much better. And I also promise you are not derailing your detox efforts by adding good carbohydrates. In fact, you're going to strengthen your efforts because you'll help your body not crave sugar even more when you give it the good carbs that it wants and it needs for your activity level and just your energy overall. You'll be feeling great. Remember, the point of the 21 Day Sugar Detox is not to make it harder for yourself than you need to. So get those good carbs in, make sure you're eating enough, check out your yes list again, and be sure that you're planning ahead so that you're not left kind of reaching for things and unprepared. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 13.